Miss Barb. This is Daisy. She's my Ford Model A. She's from 1931, and I think she's a beauty. She was my grandfather's. He restored her in the early 1980s, and then she was passed on to my dad in the late 1990s, and he had her until he passed away about 3 years ago, and then I inherited her. I've had her in my possession for just a year and a half, and in that time I have had her running twice, which is kind of sad, and I would really like to get her back on the road.
You're on the grass.
About working on cars. I've done it in the past, but I always had friends and family around to help me figure out what was going on. This journey won't be much different than that because I'm part of a Ford Model A club here in the Baltimore area, and they're going to give me a hand when I need it. But before I called in the cavalry, I wanted to go ahead and see if I could get her started on my own. And so that is today's adventure, seeing if we can just get her started. So the first step to starting your car, well, the first step is to make sure that your battery is charged, which I learned the hard way yesterday. I charged it overnight and I hooked it back up this morning. The next step is to turn the gas line on. To do that, you have to get inside the hood. And on mine, the gas line turn on is here. My grandfather left a handy dandy note that says straight ahead off. I assume that even though he restored the car, he needed this reminder. So I'm gonna keep this reminder on here until it disintegrates. So straight ahead off, it's right now straight ahead, so the gas line is off. I'm gonna turn it so that it's now parallel to the firewall of the car. And now the gas line is on, and we're ready to get into the cab and see if we can start her up. It's actually rather tight quarters inside of the cab of a Model A. And it's not like a normal car that you know today where you just stick the key in and start it up. There's actually a lot more levers going on inside a Ford Model A. The first thing we're going to go over is this. This retards and advances the spark. I'm not 100% sure what that means yet, but we'll figure that out on our journey. For now, it needs to be all the way up, and right now it goes like this. It's as high as it can get. There's another knob back here that you can't quite see. This is the throttle. And what we want to do is set that to about 4 o'clock on the lever. I actually put my foot down on the gas pedal, which is that little button next to my foot. And I wait until I feel it just depress a little bit, which is right here. I'll go a little bit further. That opens up the gas. You'll note this is the clutch, this is the brake, this is the gas. There's a little button up here that you might not be able to see. That's the starter button. So we're going to make sure that the car is in neutral, which it is. We're going to deal with this choke. The choke opens up the gas as well, so there are a lot of ways to open up the gas. We're going to start by closing it all the way, righty-tighty, and then open it one full turn to the left. Next, grab my key, put it in the start and ignition here, turn it on, and I think we're ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that choke out while I hit the starter. Once it cranks twice, I'm letting go of that, and we'll see what happens. She won't turn over. Alright, let's go check and see if she's spouting gas like she was the last time I tried to start. And if she is, I'm probably going to have to give up at this point till I get the guys from the club in.
So the last time I tried to start Daisy, she was spewing gas from the carburetor, and I can actually see there is a little gas here. So I wonder if that's happening again. I also suspect that my battery might not be quite as charged as it could be, so I think I may plug that back in for a while and see if that takes care of the problem. In the meantime, the guys had actually suggested that I take out the air filter. Apparently these are so dirty these days that it just chokes the poor engine, and most of them just take it out, even though it is, in my opinion, very, very pretty. So the next time we see this engine, it'll probably be without that air filter, and hopefully without any spewing gas.